topic is Two Tales and One Story, the improved outcomes with dapagliflozin for type 2 diabetes patients. Dapagliflozin and cardiovascular events in T2DM declared TIMI 58. Declared TIMI 58 is nothing but dapagliflozin effects on cardiovascular events in thrombolysis in myocardial infarction 58 trial. Declared TIMI 58 here in this study 17,160 patients with T2DM were included in this study. 60% of the patients had multiple CV risk factors and they are considered as primary prevention population, and 40% of the people had established CV disease and they are considered as secondary prevention population. The persons with T2DM included in this study has HB glycosylated hemoglobin varies from 6.5 to 12%, and event driven is more than 1390 major adverse cardiovascular events MACE, and prior MI number of subjects are 3584, and the median follow-up of this study is 4.2 years. This study is conducted versus dapagliflozin versus placebo. So coming to the declared TIMI 58 endpoints, the study conducted between dapagliflozin and placebo on 17,160 patients, and the results are regarding cardiovascular death and hospitalization of heart failure is 12.2% rate per 1000 patient years with dapagliflozin and 14.7 with placebo, and the incidence of MACE is 22.6 with dapagliflozin and 24.2 with placebo, and 40% decrease in eGFR less than 60 ml per minute per 1.73 meters square. ESRD or renal or CV death is 10.8 with dapagliflozin and 14.1 with placebo. All cause death is 15.1 with dapagliflozin whereas 16.4 with placebo, and hospitalization for heart failure is 6.2 with dapagliflozin and 8.5 with placebo, and there is lower rate of cardiovascular death and hospitalization for heart failure with dapagliflozin compared to placebo. So insights from declared TIMI 58. So left hand side slide shows the graph between placebo and dapagliflozin. Red line indicates placebo and blue line indicates dapagliflozin. X-axis indicates the number of days and y-axis indicates the percent of the events. So there is reduction of 8.8% reduction in MACE events versus 9.4% with placebo. So this is non-inferior to placebo. Compared to this, cardiovascular death and hospitalization for heart failure, the dapagliflozin shows superiority, that is 4.9% reduction in incidence of cardiovascular death and hospitalization for heart failure versus 5.8% with placebo. So almost 17% relative risk reduction versus placebo is seen with dapagliflozin. So the cardiovascular and renal benefits. The dapagliflozin in patients with short and long-standing type 2 diabetes, analysis from declared TIMI 58 trial. So So this is the post hoc analysis of the 17,160 patients. Duration of diabetes 5 years or less than 5 years. The number of subjects are 3,836, and more than 5 years and less than 10 years, number of subjects are 4,731, and more than 10 years and less than 15 years, number of subjects are 3,952, and more than 15 years and less than 20 years, number of subjects are 2,433, and more than 20 years, the number of subjects included are 2,206. So, coming to the probability of an event in patients with diabetes duration more than 20 years, the first slide shows cardiovascular death or hospitalization for heart failure. This slide shows a gross difference between the placebo and dapagliflozin. So as the days progresses, as the years progresses, the duration of diabetes progresses, the risk of cardiovascular death or hospitalization for heart failure decreases with the dapagliflozin, whereas it increases with the placebo. So there is lower risk of cardiovascular death and hospitalization for heart failure across the whole spectrum of the trial. And coming to this right hand slide, incidence of MACE with placebo and dapagliflozin, the incidence of MACE is constantly increasing as the duration of diabetes progresses. The incidence of MACE is less, and there is greater reduction with incidence of MACE as the duration of the diabetes progresses with use of dapagliflozin. So there is greater reduction in long-standing cases of diabetes with dapagliflozin. Regarding major adverse cardiac events, so coming to the myocardial infarction, similar and ischemic stroke, there is almost similar decrease in the incidence of myocardial infarction and ischemic stroke with the dapagliflozin compared to the placebo. So next, the probability of cardiovascular death and hospitalization for heart failure and MACE at 1,440 days of diabetes. So first slide shows the cardiovascular death and hospitalization for heart failure. The graph shows with the placebo there is a constant increase in the incidence of cardiovascular death and hospitalization for heart failure, and there is constant decline in the cardiovascular death and hospitalization of the heart failure with the dapagliflozin. And coming to this slide 2, incidence of the MACE. In the beginning, there is no much difference between the placebo and the use of the dapagliflozin up to 12 years. After 12 years of duration of diabetes, the placebo and the dapagliflozin, with the dapagliflozin, the incidence of MACE is decreased. So the reductions are apparent after 12 years with the dapagliflozin. So coming to the efficacy and safety of the dapagliflozin in elderly. So analysis from the DECLARE-TIMI 58 study. So efficacy outcomes by age groups. So here again the dapagliflozin and the placebo. The age included in this trial is less than 65 years, and the 65 to less than 75 years and more than 75 years regarding the cardiovascular death or hospitalization for heart failure and regarding MACE. Compared with the placebo, dapagliflozin shows safety and efficacy are consistent regardless of the age. So the incidence of the cardiovascular death and hospitalization for heart failure and the incidence of MACE are decreased with long duration of diabetes and at any age. So coming to this change in the HbA1c over time. So this is a busy slide. So the blue line shows the age less than 65 years, and dotted blue line shows the less than 65 years with dapagliflozin, and red line shows age 65 to less than 75 years, and dotted red line shows the same age group with dapagliflozin, and green line shows more than 75 years, and dotted green line shows more than 75 years on dapagliflozin. So in all these three age groups, with the use of dapagliflozin, there is significant reduction in the HbA1c, and similar HbA1c reduction across all age groups is seen in this slide. So coming to the cardiorenal outcomes with dapagliflozin, baseline glucose lowering agents, post hoc analysis from Declare TIMI 58. So cardiovascular death and hospitalization for heart failure by baseline glucose lowering agents like baseline metformin and baseline sulfonylureas and baseline DPP4 inhibitors and baseline GLP-1 receptor agonist and baseline insulin versus dapagliflozin and use of placebo, there is much benefit, greater benefit with GLP-1 receptor agonist along plus dapagliflozin is seen. Almost 10 bar 397 patients has cardiovascular death compared to the 24 by 353 patients with placebo. So there is greater benefit with GLP-1 receptor agonist plus dapagliflozin. There is a synergistic effect with GLP-1 receptor agonist when used with dapagliflozin against cardiovascular death and hospitalization for heart failure. So hospitalization for heart failure by baseline glucose lowering agents, there is similar benefit, greater benefit is seen with GLP-1 receptor agonist plus dapagliflozin. So take home message is dapagliflozin is non-inferior to placebo for reducing MACE with patients with high CV risk, and dapagliflozin reduces the risk of cardiovascular death and hospitalization of heart failure in T2DM, and cardiovascular benefits seen irrespective of duration of T2DM and age of patients, and greater reductions in the risk of myocardial infarction and ischemic stroke in the long-standing diabetes. So possible synergistic effect when used with GLP-1 receptor agonists. Thank you.